Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said he is ready to stop the war. There is a need to sit at the negotiating table, sincere, substantive negotiations in the interests of the people, not outdated murderous ambitions, he added. Volodymyr Zelenskyy earlier made a statement which shows that Kyiv has softened its stance on Russia's demands for a ceasefire, and that Zelenskyy is even ready to discuss Crimea and Donbass issues with Moscow. In an interview with American ABC News, Zelenskyy said that Ukraine is ready to hold a dialogue with Russia on security guarantees on the future of the occupied territories of Donetsk and Luhansk regions, Crimea, but is not ready to capitulate. Zelenskyy also sent a message to NATO that if they continue not to provide the expected support to him, he can sit down at the negotiating table with Putin and make compromises. He added that Ukraine is ready for any guarantee from NATO, Turkey, and neighboring countries, including Russia. Analysts believe that Zelenskyy is thus preparing grounds for finding solutions to the conflict. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov may meet Thursday with his Ukrainian counterpart Dmitry Kuleba in Turkey. It will be the first high-ranking meeting between the countries since the conflict has escalated. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan expressed hope that a possible meeting would lead to the establishment of a ceasefire in Ukraine. Russian authorities have several times said they started a military operation in Ukraine to rescue Donbass residents. And today, the Russian Ministry of Defense published the leaked secret order of the commander of the National Guard of Ukraine dated January 22nd on the offensive against the Donbass planned in March of this year. The general noted that the document contains the original signatures of the officials responsible for the fulfillment of the tasks of the command of the National Guard of Ukraine. According to him, the order described in detail the plan for preparing one of the strike groups for offensive operations in the zone of the so-called Joint Forces Operation in Donbass. U.S. President Joe Biden said the U.S. is imposing a ban on imports, Russian oil and gas. Today, I am announcing the United States is targeting the main artery of Russia's economy, the president said. Biden noted that a ban on Russian oil, natural gas, and coal imports to the United States would have its price, but lawmakers are united in their action. Western countries, especially European nations that rely on Russian oil and natural gas for a large share of their energy needs, have hesitated, among fears a ban would cut them off from much-needed supplies and send prices skyrocketing. The world is continuing to punish Russia over its military operation in Ukraine in what they call to be an invasion. McDonalds opened in Russia as the Soviet Union fell, and coffee house chain Starbucks will temporarily close stores, while Pepsi will stop selling its soft drink brands and Coca-Cola is halting business in the country. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova has accused Ukraine and the United States for violating the Biological Weapons Convention. U.S. specialists regularly gave instructions to Ukraine on how to conduct relevant developments on bioprograms, she said. Meanwhile, Victoria Nuland, the U.S. State Department's Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, said that Ukraine indeed has biological research facilities, which in fact we are now quite concerned about Russian troops. Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of, she noted. Israel's President Isaac Herzog is set to hold talks with his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan in the Turkish capital Ankara as the countries seek to mend fractured ties during the first visit by an Israeli leader since 2008. The two countries have traded accusations constantly over Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories and Ankara's support for the Hamas group, which governs the Gaza Strip. Erdogan has said the visit, announced first in January, will herald a new era and that the two countries could work together to carry Israeli natural gas to Europe, reviving an idea first discussed more than 20 years ago. Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev will also visit Turkey on March 10th, said Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Aliyev's visit will take place on Thursday after the Israeli president's visit. After escalations in Ukraine and sanctions imposed on Russia, some businesses in Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus have been moving to Armenia. At the moment, about 70 companies have expressed a desire to move to Armenia from abroad, the Ministry of Economy noted. Starting from February the 28th, a working group has been set up at the Ministry of Economy of Armenia to deal with the transfer of businesses from other countries to Armenia and the establishment of new businesses here by foreigners. The ministry has shared an email to which business owners should provide information on their company's employees' transfer dates to the Armenian side. About 450 entrepreneurs apply to the National Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship daily. Most of them are Russians, mostly private entrepreneurs, not companies. Advisor to the director of the center, said that since February the 28th, there has been a large flow from Russia to Armenia. Local companies are also looking for professionals from abroad. Being a small country, Armenia is able to provide international-level IT services and products. It is also a great opportunity for IT companies to bring in their team of outside professionals who specialize especially in the latest area of the industry, particularly in the field of cybersecurity. At the moment, the registration of companies and specialists coming from abroad is also carried out. In the near future, it will be presented how many companies have come to Armenia, how many investments have been made, and in which spheres. Meanwhile, Armenian real estate owners have increased their rent prices amidst such a huge flow of people. As reported earlier, the price of Moscow-Yerevan flights have increased sharply in recent days, reaching from $250 to $1,250 amid the Ukrainian-Russian conflict. The Moscow-Yerevan route is in high demand now due to the economic situation in Russia. Now, there are almost 30 to 50 flights in a day from Russia. Natural gas supply has been disrupted Tuesday in Artsakh, Nagorno-Karabakh, Artsakh Gas Company reported. An accident took place in the territory of Shushi-Zariflu settlements. According to Artsakh capital Stepanakert authorities, the pipeline, which originates in Armenia, was damaged near Azerbaijani military positions in the Shushi region. The Karabakh Ministry of Territorial Administration noted that Azerbaijan is still hindering access to the site, which is under their control. A representative of Russian peacekeeping forces, in turn, noted that talks on resolving issues concerning the pipeline are underway. Roughly 120,000 people are deprived of natural gas now. Most rely on gas for heating during winters characterized by frequent sub-zero temperatures. The National Security Service of Artsakh is taking measures to clarify the reasons for the interruption of gas supply, including criminal acts undertaken by Azerbaijan. Azerbaijani armed forces are violating the ceasefire in Nagorno-Karabakh these days. Tuesday afternoon, Azerbaijan opened fire at the Kramort village section of the Askan region of Artsakh, firing 3 grenades in the direction of the village and from a 60mm caliber grenade launcher. Azerbaijani forces also fired a mortar at the village of Khunishnak in the Martin region of Nagorno-Karabakh. The Karabakh Defense Ministry has reported no losses and injured. A delegation led by Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan of Armenia has arrived in Paris, France on a working visit. On the sidelines of the visit, the Prime Minister has been scheduled to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron at the Élysée Palace. A week ago, on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Armenia and France, Macron sent a message to Pashinyan and invited him to Paris for a meeting with the participation of the actors of the French-Armenian cooperation. It will give an opportunity to all those who bring our cultural, scientific, economic relations to life, Macron said. The American dollar's exchange rate against the Armenian dram comprised $512.41 for $1 in Armenia and is up by 2.23 drams from Tuesday. The exchange rate for €1 was 561.45 drams, up by 8.62 drams, and the rate of 1 Russian ruble made up 4.34 drams, up by 0.60 drams in the country.